Alan Winde het die afgelope week gesê die Wes-Kaapse regering werk hard om self inentings vir die provinsie te verkry, boonbehalwe die nasionale regering se pogings. Ek gesels nou met die premier via Skype. Premier Winde, welcome. Minister Mkhize has said that the Western Cape need not order its own vaccines. National government has it all under control. Why do you think it's necessary to have a plan B?
Well, I think any enterprise that overlays any kind of risk management would say that one single entry point of these specific vaccines that we're trying to deal with the sort of biggest thing that is coming our way as a country. And in my province, I've got to represent the people of this province and their best interests. My risk analysis says, hang on a second, you've got to actually try and minimize this risk, and you've got to look to find other means of getting vaccines into the system. Millions of people are being vaccinated every single day across the planet, but not in our country. We've got the announcement of the first 1.5 million vaccines coming in over the next 2 months. And then what? So my risk brain says, we'll go and try and find extra vaccines.
Well, as things stand now, when do you think the first vaccine might be administered in the Western Cape?
Sorry, I still don't know. We told they were coming this month. Hopefully, we still get them this month. We're busy with our plan so that we can roll them out. We will be getting the sort of micro details of that plan. The plan's already in place, but we're getting the micro details on next week at the cabinet. So we've got to make sure that every town, every village, elke hoekie van ons provinsie, hulle moet hulle inspuitings kan kry. And we've got to make sure that's efficient and slick. And it's about, it's not only the first vaccine dose, it's also the second vaccine dose. We've got to make sure that it's on a register, that it is captured, that the data is there, that the person is going to be followed up, gets their vaccine. It's quite a complicated logistics plan, and so that's in place. We've just got to make sure we get the vaccines now and we start rolling it out.
So surely residents of the Western Cape would welcome it that you're making your own plans, but government seems not to want to be upstaged, right? Is there any legal mechanism, Premier, by which Minister Mkhize and national government can stop the Western Cape from procuring its own vaccines?
So in my understanding, national government and provincial government both have a constitutional mandate on health. It's a joint mandate. It's not as if it's a national mandate only. So we also have a health department. We have responsibilities within the Constitution. So I believe that constitutionally and legally it is sound. I also believe that, that whatever I do, I'm doing not only in the interests of the people of the Western Cape, I'm also doing it in the interest of South Africa. So, I think that's also exactly what I want to do. I'm a South African. I'm going to get, if I get extra, I'm going to make sure that, we share them out. We need our front line to be covered. First of all, it's the health front line. We don't probably even have enough for that yet. We need to make sure that we also get our teachers and our municipal services, any service centre to offer services to citizens. We've got to make sure that our taxi drivers and bus drivers are they also essential services and move people and at risk. And so we've got to get all of that front line protected as quickly as possible. And then, of course, that's the next stage as well. That's very important. We've got we've got a lot of people to vaccinate in our country, and we've got to try and get it done as quickly as possible. We've got a third wave and probably a fourth wave on its way, and we've got to try and mitigate as best as we can.
Knowing that a third and fourth wave might hit us, what kind of lockdown regulations do you propose should remain in force in the Western Cape? You've asked for some regulations to be relaxed.
So we have, all the signals are showing that we've gone through the peak now. All the indicators are showing that decline. Obviously, what I'm not advocating is a full opening up. I'm saying partial. So we have made those suggestions of further relaxations, basically to get that balance of lives and livelihoods right. The hard lockdown or the further a regulatory environment where we've banned alcohol, closed beaches, I mean, all these things don't make any sense to me in getting that balance right. So we've said we want to open those beaches. We need that ocean or that coastal economy to try and get revived again. They've missed out on their opportunity throughout the year, and then, of course, missed out because we had the second wave during the peak season. And, of course, they've missed out on all of those opportunities, and we need to make sure that those jobs are saved where we can. We've also said we want relaxation on alcohol. We're not saying that we need to go back to full open because we've seen the difference that it does make along with curfew hours. So we need to try and find a happy medium. We've made this application for relaxation of or partial further relaxation. But what I've also asked our team to do, I've asked our medical team and our economics team to also go away and do a bit further work to say, what would it actually look like in this new normal, bearing in mind that, in 2-3 months' time, we might be in another wave again. We've got vaccines coming from the one side. We've also got new innovations in health. We've created the extra bed space. What else should we be doing that we can at least get as much of our jobs and economy back up on track at the same time as making sure that we're minimizing risk to burden or extra burden on our health system.
Alan Winde, bye-bye, dankie.